I'm waiting on the live notification. Bill has gone live.
Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer right here on PARockshow.com, megarockradio.net, rootaroo.radio.com, xrpradio.co.uk, buildthescene.com/radio, altrockradio.ca. I think I covered them all. This is episode number 509. This is a pre-record for those of you that are tuned in live. There are 7 of you so far. Jana's making faces, and you can see them.
It's just I don't see a live notification. I'm trying. Wait.
So, with me tonight is Jana Lee Macheca from First Angel Media. You can kind of see her. She's bouncing up and down with her phone on the screen.
and if I'm looking one way or another, please excuse me because my phone is horizontal and I've never figured out how to do that right.
You could also, if you're out there listening, you could go to PARockshow.com/live and see a live broadcast coming from YouTube as well. It looks like it's working. I'm not going to press play because I don't want to have double sound come up on me. But anyway, so what Jana is here to speak with us about is what's going on with the pandemic and how it's affecting the local music scene and some ways that we can try and keep that scene alive. You are all over the place. For those of you that are watching the video, she is holding hers with her hand and mine is on a stand. So I'm steady and she looks like she's in Los Angeles.
I tried to do it with my computer so that it would be all professional and all good. And I failed miserably because my computer didn't like Skype.
That's okay. It looks like it's working. She says she has not gotten a live notification. But
Can you message it to me?
I have to find it first.
That's okay. We're working within a pandemic. Get it figured out.
I'm definitely seeing it. It has the wrong information on it, but I definitely see us on my page.
I will go back to your page. I will see.
It's right there on the top.
It's the three questions in a song?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why it says that.
That's a terrible frame for me.
I told it to change that, but apparently it did not. So I'm going to try and change it again. It won't let me because I'm live. Okay, well, anyway, that should say the Pennsylvania Rock Show episode 509, keep the scene alive, instead of what it does say. But
Hello, my Frank.
You look quite different than you did on Monday.
Yeah, I think that I've made quite a change. I definitely do not look like this, normally as Frank. I will say.
All right, so what I know there are some things specifically that First Angel Media could do right now that could help musicians stay in the minds of their fans, even though they're not out there playing. A couple things come to mind, but what things do you think you can help with?
Oh boy. Well, seeing as live music photography is only one of the things that we actually do. There's something that says bad echo.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
But I mean, live music photography and the live videos, that's only a fraction of what we do. We also do Find Your Muse feature every Friday, which is a video feature. We have articles, interviews. And I'm opening it up to like sharing anytime people want to go live on their pages. All they have to do is let us know. And we're sharing, people are playing from couches, they're playing from their bedrooms, music hasn't stopped. So we're trying to set things up so that whenever people do any kind of music stuff that we can still get them.
There are some specific features that you have on the website and the Facebook page that play right into this, like the lyrics.
Yeah, that's another one. I'm sorry, we have so much going on that sometimes I forget some. Every Thursday, there's a look at the lyrics, which is actually run by Raina. She's wonderful. And people can let us know the background, the story about the song. And we put the lyrics, the story behind the lyrics, and we can accept either Bandcamp or Spotify link or whatever to try to get it out there, so that people can listen in the article. I think the most recent that we just had were the Find Your Muse feature was Losing September, which, man, like I liked them before, but anymore the music that they're putting out just absolutely captures me. And I'm trying to remember who we had on the look at the lyrics. I want to say it was Nocion, who you recently interviewed.
Yes, they were the March 15th episode of 3 Questions in a Song.
Yeah. Yes, I love those guys so much. Well, guys and gal, they're amazing, really.
So the echo issue was on my end. I figured it out. Robert and Amy, who are listening, both told me it's now perfect and fixed. So it won't be an issue on the actual podcast because I'm recording that with different software. But on the video, Jana sounded like the Wizard of Oz, I'm guessing. The big booming echoing voice.
I actually can live with that. He was kind of cool.
You just want to be omnipotent and omniscient.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So how can a band get their songs to Raina so that they can be on the lyrics, get the lyrics thing done?
You know what? Whenever we get off of here, I will put it in comments. But it is very simple. Either email Raina Pelly at firstangelmedia.com, or you could always go to our website where everybody's contact information is listed.
Raina Pelly is not an easy thing to spell.
No, you know what? While we're on here, let me look down. I'm going to look funny. Let me look down here, and we are going to do Raina Pelly, and I will put it into comments. Raina Pelly.
So while she's doing that, it's REINAPELI at firstangelmedia.com.
Typing with one hand.
Keep in mind, she's holding her camera and typing now. It's multi-talented.
Yeah, sitting back on my headrest here.
So, let me check something here. Keep in mind, this is my second time using the Restream.io as well. So we're actually live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now. And I know that there's a doc that has chat, and I'm wondering if what they're typing in the comments show up in the chat doc. But I have to go find the chat doc first. There it is. Let me see if it's finding it.
Trying to
Nope, it does not.
That's pretty.
But it does tell me that there's 11 people watching.
I'm losing my phone. Okay.
Now you look like you're on a trampoline.
Ding, ding. I was trying to set my phone so that, like, I wasn't, all over the place.
Well, you look like you're jumping with Doug, who's currently in the background right behind your shoulder.
Oh, that's okay, because that's a really cool jump, actually. I'm looking down at that. I like that.
But, okay, so you have the lyrics. You also have find your muse.
Mm-hmm. And that is the video that we put out every Friday. We had quite a few things planned still, like video interviews and such, but, we're not allowed to be around each other anymore. So,
So how do they send their videos in for the find your muse?
that would be to me, and that is editor at firstangelmedia.com. Also can be found on the contact information. All of us can be found on contact information. For web design, Bill, in case anybody needs that while we're in downtime. Video production, if you want to set something up for whenever it starts back up again. Everybody, all the heads of department can be found right there on www.firstangelmedia.com.
So you mentioned earlier about the musicians doing their live streams, and I've been doing a little bit of research because I've seen some bands questioning how they can make their sound better. And on the show notes for this episode, I am including a bunch of links, a couple YouTube videos, a link to a video on Facebook that Lou Lombardi just did with two other people, and they'll have to forgive me because I can't remember their names, but it's the title of the video is how to do live streams that your fans will love. And they go through hardware that you can use, software, all kinds of things along those lines. I found an iRig, which I use to do phone calls through Pennsylvania Rock Show. You can use an iRig, take your sound from your mixer through the iRig and put it into your cell phone, and it'll take what's coming through the mixer and send it to your live feed. And that's probably going to be the cheapest route. You can get an iRig, the first model, for like $20 on Amazon right now. The iRig 2 has some more settings like gain and some things on there that make it a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say user-friendly, but it's more things to learn. But it makes it so you can adjust gain, and so there's a little more ability to adjust what you're sending to the phone on top of what the mixer will do. And that one's going to cost you a little bit more. And then there's a couple other ways that are a lot more expensive, but I put some links there, and you can check those out. I am in no way a professional, but those are the things that I found that will help you so you're not getting all that echo and background noise that you're getting when you're using the mic on your cell phones. Personally, I would use OBS software, which is what you're seeing Jana and I through right now, if you're watching the video. And Jana's actually on Skype. I'm using a connection it's called NDI. I'm using an NDI plugin to pull Jana into OBS. That's why you can see her wall, but mine, there's no wall behind me. There's green screen. Is that what that is?
Well, you know what? Like, I have back issues. I'm an idiot. And one of the best places to sit for me is actually up against my big padded headboard. So I end up with like, I've got this huge window behind me. So I have my curtains and my headboard, my pillow, because I like comfy.
Well, that makes sense.
And, you know, you saying about how bands are worried about their sound. And I do get that from a professional standpoint. I mean, you guys want, to sound the best that you possibly can. But one thing that I would like to say, don't forget that everyone knows right now you're trapped inside. It's not like anyone is expecting the big production. And seriously, if you can sound decent, if they can catch that you still sound good over your phone or computer or whatever you're doing it on, this is consider this to be like your playing of your friends.
Playing in her living room.
Yeah, playing in their living room, and their guitar hasn't quite been kept in tune for a little while. This is the live version of everything that goes on. Oh, hi, Christina. This is definitely, this is the living room time. And this is actually a really good time to start getting a real connection with the people in your audience, with the people who watch your page. If you can go live from your page, awesome. And then share to your personal page.
That's
And people.
I'm doing the opposite tonight. I'm on my personal page and I'll be sharing it to the. But
I know.
when it's a money issue. To stream to the Facebook page, you have to have a paid account on Restream, and I am not going to do that at the current time.
I'm still trying to figure out, because like if I look at me, I'm looking up and over. So like I'm trying to stealthily look at like my pillow or anywhere else I possibly can to not be looking off into the sunset.
Listen, I'm looking off to the side as well, and that's because I'm trying to lean towards my microphone. I'm actually sitting at my kitchen table right now with green paper behind me on the wall and the ring light.
So Jerry Mulligan just chimed in, and he's right. This is the best time for online marketing. I've actually been telling people that, because like literally, guys, when are you ever going to get a captive audience again? I mean, like, they're stuck. They have nowhere else to
especially,
go.
Especially after 8 p.m. because everything's closed.
Right. I mean, some of us are more stuck than others, but I mean, he's absolutely right that this is the best possible time to do any kind of marketing and get things done. And also, this is, people sometimes really do fight to figure out how to truly connect with their fans, because especially on our levels, fans have more of a friend basis. You know what I mean? You have more of a connection. You're not some superstar that will never reach out. You're the one commenting on everybody's stuff. You're the one commenting whenever they go to your pages. You have more of a personal friendship connection with people. And this is definitely the time to make those friends. And whenever you can go live with a personal message. If anybody watches my page, then I went live recently to say that not a whole lot of these influencers out there who would tell you who to vote for, what bills you should back, are actually talking to us now. There's not a whole lot of people coming out right now and saying, "Hey guys, it'll be okay." What you're getting is the people on your level who are going through this same stuff you are, who are just as afraid as you are, that are telling you, it's all right. We're going to come through this one way or another. And I feel like right now is a time, especially a lot of bands have positive messages in their music. It's time to remind people about the positive messages. It's time to, I saw a member of Feast on the Fallen go live the other day and just talk, just telling people that everything is going to be okay, and calm down. And that's the kind of stuff that we need right now. We need to be the voice and to be absolutely just honest. Music and arts are probably the only things right now keeping people from going nuts. I mean, music connects people. Art connects people. So, artists of the world, this is your time to shine.
I apparently left the sausage out of the freezer. if you heard her telling me good job. Whoops. Anyway, we'll cut that out of the actual podcast. But those of you listening to Facebook, that's an exclusive. YouTube, Twitch.
Can you hear it? So good on you. Anyways, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, man, I really haven't seen a human being in a while.
That's not fair. You have kids. they're many kids. Or many people.
But normally whenever I go, my kids don't really care what I look like, but they are also the first people to remind me whenever I look bad. I don't often wear shorts. And the other day I was wearing shorts because I was just hot day that we had. And I mean, I know we're supposed to hide all of our flaws and stuff, but I'll still tell you, like, I was on my hands and knees cleaning the tub and my son comes in and goes, "Why do you have dimples on your thighs?" And I'm like,
yikes.
Thanks. So, like, they're humans, but I'd like to be around humans, that wouldn't be so candid with me.
Hey,
it was really nice.
Wow. While I'm looking at it, we did have Christina from the Shadow event, Jerry Mulligan from Twist of Fate Productions and Winner's Descent, Charlie Doyle Jr. is commenting. There are more comments. I just can't see them all. So if you're out there, we are appreciative of you listening. There are definitely some people watching us live right now, which is pretty cool for me. I never thought that I would do this because I don't like being on video.
Lyman, he's in here. Well, he was. Eric Reimers. Yeah, there's quite a few people. Hi, people. I miss people. How are you? I miss people. You guys remember live shows? Remembers.
It was killing me last night when all those people were posting the photos of themselves on stage. I'm like, I just want to take more photos.
We turned you into a photographer too, and hopefully everybody knows. And Christina, honey, I doubt that I'd be frightened if I saw you. You are beautiful. But we kind of turned you into a photographer. If anyone doesn't know, Bill he's doing it on his own. Even he's done his own shows. Like, I sent him out on assignment, and he came back to me and said that could have turned out really bad. And I'm like, no, it couldn't, because you could. So we believed in him. There's, okay, Christy Kerper.
Christy is my brother's sister-in-law.
Okay, she says she's a first-time listener, and going live helps a lot. Yeah. Honestly, I find myself posting more and going live more just as an individual. I think the one thing we're all really dealing with is a sense of seclusion. And I talk to people a good bit. They don't often see my flyaway hair.
For the past 3 weeks, I've talked more through video chats like we're doing right now than I ever have in my life. That's how I'm teaching my classes right now. We're doing Zoom classrooms, and I'm getting better at it. You can see. You should have seen Kelly when she walked into the kitchen and I was putting neon green poster board on the wall.
Honestly, okay, so I need to say this. You and all other teachers that are out there, God bless you all. I do not know how you do this. I don't know how you get my children to do anything without the threat of taking away every toy they have in their room and putting them in the garage until they're done. I don't know how you do this without threats of taking away TV time. I don't know. I have already instructed my children that should a teacher ever again tell me that they are giving them a hard time, they're grounded for a week. It's just that simple. I don't know how you do it. Bless you for being some of the most underpaid people ever. I mean, truly.
I'm nodding my head to that comment.
Yeah, and Christina has a point. We're forced to stay in. This isn't a choice. I mean, it's kind of like the government was like, well, I want you to stay in your house, and like every introvert in the world went, well, I don't want to now.
My college roommate, which I'm not going to get into too much details, but Jana, you know who I mean, is definitely an introvert. And in the last 3 weeks, he has visited us 3 times. Most years we see him at Christmas. So he's our introvert friend that is checking on the extroverts.
Introverts, please check on your extrovert friends. They are not.
You saw that meme, yeah. Yes, we've seen him 3 times in the last 3 weeks. He was here yesterday, actually.
Well, I mean, honestly, introverts, people with anxiety issues, we're better than the normal because, we're used to locking ourselves away. And I'm not kidding. Like, the joke is the right now Gen Xers, which I happen to be one, are the only ones who know how to do this because we were the latchkey kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the forgotten because, I believe we were the first generation where both parents had to work.
I have a funny story about that.
Go ahead.
So my mom's name is Mary Elizabeth, and she goes by Betty. And one of the first times that my brother and I were home by ourselves, the phone rang and somebody asked for Mary. And I said, nobody named Mary lives here. Because I never heard anybody call her Mary.
Well, my brother-in-law's name is actually Paul. But I think that they were married 10 years before, as everyone calls him. And I don't know why. It's just a nickname. So, I mean, I was seriously in my 20s before I found out that his name was Zeke. And not, I mean, Paul and not Zeke. See, I can't even get, his name is Zeke. I'm sorry. That's just how it is.
William Harbiden from the Art of Burning Bridges is sending me messages. He is telling me that he still wants to do an interview. They were going to do one and something happened. So we're scheduled way far out in advance now, but we'll get you on there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the latchkey kids, man. We really, I mean, we spent our board and at home, and I saw a meme where it was describing what all we did, and like one of the things was I remember very well during my youth, whenever there was nothing really to do, and there was no messaging your friends on Facebook.
No.
I can't believe we existed before internet.
Well, and that's actually a bit of what's different between what's going on right now and when we were little. They're marking, like, they're not letting them play on the playgrounds. They have locked them up and cordoned them off.
Right.
Whereas we could go out and play. Currently, our kids are kind of stuck in the house or their yards.
And also, I mean, I'm not any kind of political activist or anything like that. Has the break? Christina, give me 1 second. But we are we are probably looking at quite a bit more of this, and that's why it's important that we just like hold on and have a sense of community.
That's actually kind of why this part of it, the video part, is happening now, because I've had the camera since Christmas and I didn't start using it until recently because I couldn't convince myself to do it. And then I was like, you know what? This is a chance for me to get the music out to people that aren't going to be able to go out and see it. So I pulled the camera out.
No, I understand. Now, Christina asked if this break has given birth to any new ideas for First Angel. One thing that I am thinking of doing is nothing quite as advanced as what you do, Bill, but going live with people, bringing them on a live stream, just talk, give them a chance to, do a little bit more
promotion,
maybe a little concert, but more promotion and on a more personal level. That is one idea that I'm tinkering with, because especially since it does Matthew, hey, I know them.
He does.
He does. But especially since it looks like we may it looks like we may be doing this for a while.
My kids asked me yesterday, they're like, Dad, what does indefinitely mean? And I almost cried because it means I'm not going back to my classroom for a while.
Yeah, right. My kids aren't going back to their classroom for a while. Seriously, I used to think I think I was always like, oh, I would get so much more done if I didn't have these breaks in my life. No, listen to me. Like, we all say, hey, if I only had a few more hours in a day, if I only had a few more days of the week, okay, listen, this quarantine has taught me that was not my problem. Ever. It had nothing to do with, oh, no. This quarantine has taught me that all of the things that I have put off is through sheer laziness, apparently, because I'm not really getting anything new done.
I'm doing more work at home than I do when I'm in my classroom, because not only am I preparing for my lessons, but I'm also helping other people and teaching other people how to do live stream and how to teach in their classroom and how to create videos and how to take a worksheet and make it so that they can actually have the students type on it and email them back, and converting PDF files. And the first 2 weeks of this, I've been spending, this is week 3 now, it's finally starting to slow down a little bit. I probably just jinxed myself, but I spent in my kitchen from 8:30 in the morning until 8 p.m. 2 weeks straight. That's insane. And then I walk out and try and work on the rock show or 3 Questions and a Song in my living room, which is why my wife keeps saying, "You need to go outside and walk."
Yeah, and it's been cold.
It has been cold.
Another thing though that I've been thinking of is now that I do have less time, I've been cleaning up my photo files and everything like that. And then it kind of hit me with knowing how to do Zoom. You know, the amateur photographers to me about editing, about how to do concert photography. Like, this is the time to hit me up, because I feel it that whenever this is over, people are not going to take live music lightly again. I feel that whenever this is over, people are going to be coming out in droves. And I also feel that whenever this is over, music, I mean, I would not be surprised to find people like with guitars on a corner to be and play. So really the best possible thing that we can do right now is to gear up for that. You know, if you've been thinking about getting into concert photography, now's your time to get the skills down for it. And also, saying a lot right now. But also, another thing that we've been doing is we're bringing on some temporary writers. They're, you know, they're at home, they have time, they normally don't. And so we're trying to cover as much as humanly possible right now. So if people feel that they have the writing skills, it doesn't matter if you're in the Pittsburgh area, we cover everywhere. France, you know, Belgium, Germany, we cover everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you believe that you're a pretty decent writer, you read over our reviews and think that you can fit up to it, you know, contact me right in the
That is
page.
definitely not my jam.
No, but you didn't think photography was either.
True. But I also have like 19 years of doing it. I just never claimed to be able to do it. Then someone sent me a good camera and things changed.
Well, somebody might have felt that you had more potential than you knew.
Someone.
Someone.
But the other stuff that First Angel does, I'm pretty I'm pretty into. Just not the writing stuff.
Yeah. Not everybody's a writer, honestly. But this is the time, though, this is the time that if you think you may have writing skills, you can really sharpen them.
Really,
our friend
any
Neil.
skill at this point. Neil is
Right.
Neil is a great person to bring up here. Neil is very talented, and like me with photography, thinks he can't do anything. And I'm constantly telling him, yeah.
It's amazing. And right now he's doing all kinds of drunk reacts.
Yes,
Yes,
you heard that right. He's doing reaction videos to music and other things while he's drunk.
It's hilarious. It's wonderful. You should really check it out. Drunk Rock Show, and I think that the YouTube channel is Drunk Reacts. So he's amazing. He is one of the most talented people I've ever met. He's one of those people that, like, whatever he picks up artistically, he just nails it. Sheesh. And also, I know that while we're down, several bands are like, I know Winter's Descent. They have, been in the process. This is holding them up of releasing new music. But there's them. Let's see here. Some other bands that I know. Horace May's just released new music.
How about Scarlet Sky? Did you hear their story here on the Rock Show?
No, you know what? I
literally got their pressed album back when everything got shut down.
Well, I think that Horace May's was supposed to have their release show, like, what, 2 weeks or so before. It was right. It was one of the. I think it was a week out or 2 weeks out from the weekend everything shut down. And if you guys watch the music scene, like, you literally watch the entire music scene everywhere shut down in 2 days. It was intense, to say the least.
But they did figure out that they could do the Facebook Live living room shows. And last Friday, I watched 5 of them. I wish they would stagger them a little better time-wise. We should come up. First Angel should take the lead on this and make a schedule. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Bill. Thank you.
And we should assign that to Suzanne. You're not speaking. Yeah. She's organized.
Yeah. Although, can we just say that the beautiful Alicia has, like, event planning skills like mad. She's awesome with this stuff.
Hey, what?
I do have to say, though, Jerry heard me mention Winter's Descent. So apparently every EP will now include a bottle of hand sanitizer and a can of Lysol.
Oh, nice. And now it's out there, so he's stuck.
Actually, I have gotten to hear some of their music, and that's a universal calendar for Pittsburgh shows. Actually, this is something that we've talked about, and
I tried to do it on Build the Scene, but the musicians aren't cooperating. There is a calendar there, and it's easy to add it.
I think that really for something like that, we have to get the promoters and the venues involved rather than the bands even, because I mean, it would be promotion for them, but also it would let them see what shows are happening when at a glance, instead of trying to figure out, if their show is butt up against another. Yeah, actually, Christine, I think that's a really good idea. I do. I think it is a really good idea. Bill may hate me if I have to add another section of the website, but I mean, I am learning how to add them myself.
You are. And a good thing, too, because I've been spending 12 to 14 hours in my kitchen, if you missed me saying that earlier.
It's a very good thing. We should also, let's see, who else is releasing stuff right now? He's not doing it as Nine Stitch, but Patrick is releasing all kinds of stuff, I hear, and some of it is even dealing with the virus. Losing September just released. It's called
Contagious.
But it's not about the virus. They just released that video. That
It was
was
recent. I watched it yesterday.
that was cathartic for me. That's why I was saying, like, some of the stuff that they've been releasing now. I mean, if you listen to the lyrics on that, I have lived those lyrics, you know, not wanting to let anyone in, not wanting to let anyone see inside. You know, a lot of people know me as like that happy, positive person, you know, rainbows and kittens kind of stuff. I'm not though.
I'm gonna
I mean,
I'm gonna interject for a second. Christina is saying Holy Rivals and the Murder for Girls have just released music, and her band, the Shadow Event, is in the mixing process right now. So,
but but yeah, Losing September though. I mean, the song is about like, why would you even ask me what motivates me? Why would you even ask me like emotionally, mentally, you know, who I am? Because like, why would I let you in on that pain? Why would I share that? It's contagious. And you know, mental health pain is contagious. Whenever you whenever you really show the things that you've gone through, very few people have the mind or the heart to live with that pain themselves. Even knowing, you know, they become hurt because they know someone that they cared about or they loved is hurt. And it's really hard to let people in. It's really hard to open up. Some people walk in and drink the darn milk.
that one's okay.
Okay. Some people walk in and drink the darn milk out of your fridge, and you gotta like look at them like, where did you come from? But you know, I mean, most people, like, we all live in our little fortresses. We all have our own little castles. But you know, that's one of the things about music is it reaches beyond those walls. It reaches everywhere and anywhere. Look at the Who, and I don't mean WHO. I mean, you know, HU, the HU Who. Wolf Totem. It has gone global. Not a single one of us know what they say unless we look up the lyrics, but it has gone global because there's a feeling there. There's, you know, music doesn't need translation. Music simply is. And it unites souls. That's actually why we have the Find Your Music feature spelled that way, is
In case
because,
you're wondering, it's
you know,
MUSEIC.
yes, ME. But that's one of our taglines, is that music unites souls everywhere. And, you know, what we're trying to do at First Angel Media is to unite people. It is to try to unite listeners with music, but also those who may have walked away from music. You know, at some point, people tend to think that they've grown up and they have bills and they have this, and I feel that's a decline in the live shows that we see. Everybody's so busy, busy, busy. Well, we're not right now. We're really not. You know, one thing that I will say about all of this apocalypse now stuff we're living through, we're going to come out of it changed. And one way that I hope that we all change is by looking around and deciding what we really could have lived without or really needed in our lives. Music is definitely one of the things I think that a lot of people are rediscovering, especially now.
What I'm hoping is, I'm sure you've seen the comments about 9 months from when this started. There's gonna be all these new babies, and what I can't wait for is all the new music that should come from this. You know, those people,
Well,
those musicians that are at home right now going, I'm really bored. And then they start writing.
Okay, so that's one reason that I brought up, Patrick, is because a lot of that stuff, it seems to have a contagious theme to it. Says coronavirus or something inside of it. But I'm looking forward to the band names.
Oh, yeah.
I will be thoroughly disappointed in music as a whole if we don't have, like pre-COVID or something like that. If we don't have some really cool plague band names, whenever all of this is over, I'm going to feel so let down. Just so very let down.
I want to throw in there what Jerry just typed in the comments. It says the music scene is just as much about community as it is about the music and musicians. Please get out there and support one another, after the pandemic.
After the pandemic. I think we have frozen up on me because I did not see that.
Oh, and Shannon Douglas makes the comment that we're probably going to see some new lineups after all of this as well.
Yeah.
It's cool to see all these musicians in there commenting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. No, and Jerry's right. I mean,
well, the acronym for First Angel Media, FAM. I said the acronym for First Angel Media is FAM, family.
FAM. And that's,
which is,
I mean, you know how much of a family we really are. We're not the normal business.
I am. I do find that funny though, because in case anyone doesn't know, tell them who the first angel is. She doesn't want to tell you. Look at her face.
The first angel is actually, that angel of music, the fallen son.
She's really avoiding saying it.
We're on your private page, right?
You are, yes. But it is also the title of a Netflix TV series. So
it is.
Yes,
it is. There's a lot of really good. I'm plugging in my phone. There's a lot of really good shows on Netflix, like Lucifer.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan.
They just
renewed
that.
I know. I can't wait.
I wonder if anybody got that connection there.
The first angel, I mean, we're about family. We're about so the acronym is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Trying to get the right. Do you guys see this little patch here? I gave my son's conditioning treatments and facials one day because that's just the person I am. And they decided to lean back on my fabric headboard.
You want to talk about something that they can see? You see this gray hair right here? It's driving me nuts. And I've been looking at it for 3 weeks straight.
We are all coming out of this gray.
Well, the thing is, like, because my beard is strawberry blonde, it usually hides it pretty well. But that one's right in the middle.
Yeah, we're all going to come out of this a little bit grayer.
I will say though, it's looking pretty full now.
I feel like we're all going to come out of this like slightly more round.
Yeah, that too.
Please, that round is a shape. So we are in shape. I mean, I'm just wondering how everybody else is dealing. I know I'm trying to do the positive posts and everything, but like, I admit I'm going a little crazy. And like my own family, whenever I see them go, my sister, I went to drop off because I'm trying to do the right thing. And if I go shopping. I try to shop for my family as well so that they don't have to go out, less people exposed. And my sister had sent me that she needed Excedrin. Okay, not a problem. I call her up and I'm like, hey, what kind? She's like, I don't know. I've been out there 3 times this week and I haven't. And I'm like, really? Really? I have become like, I just want to yell at my own family and be like, stay inside. I want to go out. If we let God ground us for 2 weeks, we're okay.
Yeah, it's been a little longer than that. If you're watching the video, my daughter is in the kitchen right now. I'm telling her the microphone's on and hurry up. And
no, see, I'm not hearing
well,
any
that's
of
because
that.
I turned the mic off, but you stopped talking, so I had to turn it back on.
I mean, I could always start just like singing and dancing and doing stuff until she is out. Oh, speaking of singing. So, if you guys know Trish over at
4-1 Tunes.
I love how she has that set up. She is going to be coming out with something rather cool with many, many people, doing some of their live stuff from home. So you might want to check that out. I don't even know. She's compiled videos from everybody. So I'm really looking forward to it. I was supposed to get one in and then I got a sinus thing, and Evanescence is not something to sing while you have a sinus thing. And I have the bedhead thing going on, but that's okay. I think all of us have the bedhead thing going on.
Not me. No hair.
You and Craig Ferry are very lucky in that respect, okay? I'm just trying to kind of...
I do have more hair than him. See?
Really?
Look, there's
well, you had the...
It's just all in the back. So if there was one last thing that you wanted to tell musicians to keep doing, who's making comments?
Jared on here saying...
Matthew asking if the first angel was Mother Teresa.
And Jerry is telling Christina that secret cults for 500. So, okay.
We are
all right. The joke.
We are not a cult.
We are not a cult. But the joke is that we're a cult because we're this gathering of people who comes together for a greater good and all of this other stuff. But we have decided that, if ever we were to be considered a cult, we'd have to be the happiest, nicest, sweetest cult in the entire universe. So we obviously aren't a cult. So.
We do have a lot of odd names.
A lot of them.
Including
a
my
lot
last
of them.
name,
I kind of feel like me and Fernando may have the better...
I don't know,
Reina. But his has that Fernando de la Cruz.
That means of the cross. He fits in perfectly.
There you go. And, I found out I'm the only Jana Lee Macheca ever.
I'm a junior, so I can't claim that.
We were talking though, this right here is it's one of the things Matthew specifically signed up for the Kool-Aid. Matthew, we told you, for us it's coffee.
Hey, so last thoughts that we can give the bands on keeping the scene alive during this, because it's at least going to be another month. What would you suggest to them besides going and checking out all those links I'm putting in the show notes?
Seriously, This right now, what we're doing, is a great example of what should be done. Because normally I'm in solid interview form. We're very formal, and you know what? I'm being animated. I am certain that Facebook is going to freeze frame the crap out of me so that I look something like, but that's okay. You get to show your true personality, and sometimes the personality matters just as much as the music. In fact, oftentimes. Have fun with this. Get some messages out there. Be the influencers, because while we're just people in local music scenes, right now every voice counts.
Hey, Trish did just pop in. She's watching us now. She missed us throwing out our 4-1 tunes.
Yeah, Trish, I was just telling people about this lovely little what video that you have set up of people doing like live stuff. So if you wouldn't mind, drop your link in the comments so people can check you out.
Well, that goes for all the musicians that are in there too. Tag yourselves.
Yes. Yes. Any musicians, make certain that you tag your pages. And that's another thing, every opportunity, tag your band. I think right now is a really good time for artists to be sharing each other's pages and their own. I think right now is a great time to be sharing their SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and everything. Now is about the best possible time for promotion. And the more you promote others, the more they promote you, and it just turns into a great big love fest. Bands can put out their lyrics. Sky Zatera, I see them doing a lot of stuff right now with their songs and their lyrics and the stories behind it.
Patrick and I actually just talked to Justin the other day. He hosted his own show about what's going on, and
there you go. And don't be afraid to get personal, because the world is upside down right now.
Did you steal that from me?
I did. I absolutely stole that from you from last night.
I stole it from Stranger Things, but
but the world is upside down right now. It seriously is, and now is not the time to be perfect or try to do it all like it's a big production. Don't waste the time. If there's anything that we're learning right now, some of us don't have a whole lot of time. So don't waste the time. Go live. Show yourself. Be yourself. I mean, come on, guys. I have been kind of a goofy nutcase on this, but you know what? That's kind of a side of me. And while I'm in quarantine, you're just going to have to deal with it. Sorry. Not sorry.
So I actually just got a direct message from a guitar player from a band called Hell Garden in Brazil that wants to see if we will check out their music, which are releasing on April 10th.
Nice.
So I'm going to throw their name out there now, and we'll get them checked out, and probably you'll see them at least on Build a Scene and possibly on First Angel. Without hearing them, I'm saying that.
Awesome.
But
no, but this is the time though to really show yourself. Projects you've been working on. We're all separated, so
and
let's do our best to make certain that we actually come together.
And for those of you that are doing that, the live music from your living room, you could do that every night of the week. It doesn't just have to be Friday and Saturday. Notice I get bored during the week.
And you don't just have to do it at 8 o'clock. I notice people are sticking to show times, but you know what, guys? Like, half the country is unemployed. Feel free to do it at noon. Feel free to do it at 2 p.m. I doubt that it'll get very much traction at 8 a.m., but I'm just
Speaking
saying.
of noon, Tim Henry from the band Sour Mash has been doing his at noon. He's calling it the nooner. And
Very.
I've known him for a long time. Great musician.
It's a time to really break out of that box. If there's anything that I have felt holds music back, it's feeling like you have to stick within these specific confines. And we're so used to doing it that we just keep doing it. You know, guys, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So think outside the box. If you've had an idea for something new, a new band, a new direction for your band, whatever. If you just want to start learning drums and you were a bass player, I don't care. Show it.
Now is a good time to do that. There are a lot of teachers that are doing lessons through Skype and Zoom now. And
yeah. And really, one of the ways to get your music noticed more is to take people along on your own personal journey. So do it. I mean, talk about the homeschooling. Talk about, this is the time to show people you. This is a more concentrated you, probably, even because...
How tired is that arm?
I've been switching. That's actually why that just happened. I keep switching back and forth.
Jerry says he hears First Angel is getting into PR for bands.
Jerry's telling on me. Jerry's telling on me.
Okay, so that's where we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop on Jerry being a snitch, and
Jerry snitching.
So make sure you check out the Pennsylvania Rock Show each and every Friday at 6 a.m. I post the podcast at 8 p.m. It's on buildascene.com/radio. And I clearly have been doing these live videos for the interviews. So as you see those pop up at various times, click on them and interact, because this interaction was awesome tonight. I love that.
It was. Thank you for everybody who commented. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you for anyone who shares it. You guys are awesome. Seriously, thank you very much. And that right there, what happened tonight, that's what'll keep the music scene going.
Agreed. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go to the Pennsylvania Rock Show website. I'm going to tell you who's coming up next. Next week will be Justin Dixon. On the 17th, Corners of Sanctuary. Neil Donnelly, who we spoke about earlier, is on the 24th. Dan Stonerook on May 1st. May 15th is Unbroken Soul. We're going to talk to Wolf's Customs on... I have that double booked. Also on the 15th. I'm going to have to fix that. Or have them both on. We'll see. Meat Hook on the 22nd. That's Meat Hook is the band that the owner of the Meat Locker Recording Studios band, Meat Hook. We'll be talking about both of those. Nox Emesis on the 29th. And Christina's band, the Shadow event, is on June 5th.
Nice.
And 3 questions in a song. I'm going to throw that out there too. Why not? We have quite a few of those ready to go too. And as soon as it loads, I'll tell you who they are. I'm killing my internet right now.
Oh my gosh,
right,
we all are. We all
We have Noble Hops on April 15th. Yesterday I released Frank Vieira. And then Brady Novotny on May 1st. May 15th is Josie and the Corruption out of Ohio. Then Shock Frenzy on June 1st, which I believe is also out of Ohio. Ray Powers on the 15th. And I am so going to mess up this name. It's Psithurism. Is it Sithurism?
tourism, the Pacific. I know who you're talking about.
And Neil was the one who pointed him in my direction, but we're gonna have to find out how to pronounce that one. And if you want to be on either one of those podcasts, you can drop me an email at bill@buildthescene.com. If you're interested in anything that First Angel has going on, you can email Jana at editor@firstangel.com. And
that is IT.
OR. And we will catch you guys later.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.